15 September 2015. I make an appointment here at Timbertech in Wilmington. This is going to be regarding the position that I was hired for, which it seems that I'm being prevented from doing. So we're going to go take a trip to Human Resources. No, he's up there playing sports. My name is Paul Isaac. Paul Isaac. Yes, sir. The lead individual. Richard Pollard, he was the trainer. Yes. Yes, sir. The dude in the white shirt was Richard Pollard.
I kept waiting on that, they wouldn't do that. I kept waiting on that, they wouldn't do it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Paul Isaac. Good morning, Ms. Keller. May I have a seat?
Sure.
I was hired in to Express last week. Just to give you some background. I'm a former employed police officer, also a former employed Enviroment for New York City. Went to 9/11, and we just had our anniversary last week. I was hired. I was an XLM, and I was hired in as a forklift operator. I went through Richard Pollard's training course.
Actually, I believe you are fine.
Right, exactly, and that's what I came in as. I was certified to forklift operator. This is my background right here. And I went through Mr. Pollard's training course, and I was certified. And when I started work on Friday, it was as though, one hand didn't know what the other hand was doing. Nobody knew who I was. I mean, even Express, the gentleman from Express wasn't even aware. So, that was the initial confusion, but we worked our way through that. I had mentioned that I was certified, and I believe Tim said, "Well, if you're certified, then you can operate." He had me operating on the lines. I've done the line work before when I was at WPC, and then we got laid off. And but there was a gentleman there that just kept badgering. He was from a different department. Every time I'd get in the forklift to move, to lighten up the load a little bit, when the other drivers were busy, I'd get in the forklift and just, move the stuff that we completed, and so we could get on another line started. And the guy was just, you don't belong in there, and you shouldn't be doing that. And I shouldn't have to clarify that I'm certified through the company to operate a forklift and have this individual, I believe it was a gentleman named Ed, older gentleman, not to speculate, but other people have mentioned they had issues with this gentleman before. But it was, I kept telling Tim, I said, Tim, if I'm certified to do this, can I do this without having to go through this? Because I don't think that, one, it's potentially dangerous to have somebody continually doing this every time I get into a forklift to move things, where he's constantly badgering me, you don't belong in there, and blah, 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 blah. And that's just an example. Tim had an accident. We were moving uneven load, and he hit one of the boxes that was grained in the grinder. And so I covered for him. I said, well, listen, let me move the stack for you and complete the, but it was an uneven load and it was really stacked, packed precariously. So when I moved it, here comes this guy again. Every time he leaves the line, he F's up the line and whatever, and it was like it was hostile towards me. Nobody else was catching it but me. And it was like it was funny to him. I had an issue where I dropped the load, and I'll admit it, the floor was slick, and this guy's causing me problem, and I take full responsibility. I dropped the load. Nobody got hurt. Nobody was in my proximity. So when the load fell, it was kind of like loud. But nobody got hurt. Tim said, well, I'm going to call it a near miss, and I have to write up a report. I said, I understand. I'm formal to a police officer. You got to, it's a protocol. So he did that, and that was, I believe, Sunday or Saturday. Saturday, I believe it was. And, I was told, well, listen, it's not a serious situation. It just needs to go